Hey, what is it, be sexy beast, GhostSickness Tristan here. Now, happy Halloween, and very first thing I'm going to mention is you guys have been slacking on the likes lately. May you please smash 1,000 likes on this video for this amazing fire story. This is basically a sequel to the my first time hooking up with a girl on Tinder story, which I'll link in the description below, part 1 and part 2. Absolutely pure fire. You guys are going to love those, but you definitely have to watch those before watching this video because it lays all the backstory with this girl, everything like that. But anyway, yeah, I'm not gonna continue this video until you guys leave a like. There has to be 1,000 on there. I'm waiting. Did you didn't yet? No, I'm hold on. Jim. All right, perfect. All right, now Ristine. Perfect. All right, guys, we're gonna get right into it. But anyway, sorry, I fucking love you, but let's see if we can smash 1,000. So this all goes back to like May of this year. Now, May of this year, I was, trying to hook up with this girl from Tinder. I'd already hooked up with her once. We didn't have sex or whatever. We just pretty much made out. And she ended up texting me like, yo, like, can you hang out and get alcohol or whatever? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, I'm totally down to pick you up, have a couple of brewskis or whatever and try to hook up with you. Because this girl was a virgin, right? Didn't want to have sex, but like I thought like we could maybe work up to it, right? If I do a little bit more, bit by bit, then maybe I would take her virginity, right? That'd be lit. So anyway, man, I met this girl through Tinder and she's like, yo, like, can you hang out and get alcohol? So I hit up a couple of my buddies and ended up getting some alcohol, right? I ended up getting 3 apple ciders and 1 beer. That's all I had, literally. No vodka, no hard alcohol, nothing to actually like get you fucked up really easily. Just those. And so I'm like, all right, well, I got some, whatever. And she's like, yeah, can you pick me up? So I like go to her house, right? I drive to her house. It's like 9, 10 o'clock, something like that at night. And I'm waiting in my car and I text her like, yo, I'm here. Like, can you come out or whatever? I see 2 girls come out of the house and I'm like, what the fuck? Is she bringing her friend? Like, am I going to have a 3-way, right? But anyway, no, it didn't end up happening. It didn't end up having a 3, or else this would be the story that I'm telling today. And yeah, so I see 2 girls like start coming toward my car and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, who is that? And then I realized that one of the girls is like older. I realized that it's her fucking mom. And so I'm like, what the shit? So I like get out of the car and or she like opens the door. She's like, what? My mom wants to meet you. And I'm like, oh my God, like I've only hooked up with this girl one time. Like, please don't let her mom meet me. Like, no. And so it's like, Jesus Christ, like, hey, I'd like to fuck your daughter, please. That'd be great. Right. And so I'm just like, all right. So I get out of the car and I'm talking to her mom or whatever. She's like, what's your name? And I'm like, my name's Tristan. She's like, what do you do? I'm like, I work at Best Buy. And she's like, that's cool. Like, so I heard you guys are going to like your apartment or whatever. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, how many roommates you have or whatever? I'm like, I don't have any roommates. She's like, oh, so you're going back to his apartment alone? And and she's like, yeah. She's like, how old are you? I'm like, 19. She's like, damn, like that's impressive. You go to school or whatever? I'm like, yeah, go to college full time or whatever. And so like, I'm telling her all this shit, right? And she's asking all these sorts of questions. And I'm just like, all right, cool. And then like and she's like, yeah, that's totally cool if you hang out. And she's like, yeah, you told me you were hanging out with like Ryan or whatever tonight. And she's like, yeah, like I'm going there after. And I'm like, oh my God, no. So that's not his actual name, by the way. But yeah, so she's like, yeah, I'm totally going to his house after. And I'm just like, okay, like this is fucking awkward. And so like, nice to meet you, lady, whatever. And as like we're walking away and as like she's getting in the car, she's like, nice car, by the way. And I'm just like, oh yeah, like thanks. I'm really glad you introduced me to your mom. I'm so fucking glad you introduced me to your mother the second time that after we've only hooked up once, like literally the second time we've ever hung out, right? You introduced me to your fucking mom. What the shit is that? Like, did she just really want to meet me that bad? Am I that amazing? I don't fucking know, but it was weird as shit. So anyway, we drive off and I'm just like dying of laughter. I'm just dying hysterically. I'm just like, all right, well, let's get this bitch back to my place and, make shit happen. So we get back to my place, right? And shit starts going down, right? Basically she's chugging this alcohol, right? We opened apple ciders, right? I didn't even have a bottle opener at the time. Now I do, but we like pried them open with like knives or something. I don't even remember what I ended up doing, but end up prying those open and finally getting into him. She's basically like chugging, like she's trying to get fucked up. I'm like, bad day, right? Goddamn. And then so we're like laying down, cuddling and stuff. We start making out. It's going pretty well. And then she like finishes that one and starts drinking the other one that she had. And then I start getting into my second one. And so obviously she already had that one. So we only had 3. So she's on that, the 3rd apple cider. So I had to open the beer and I opened the beer and I was like, oh man, this is not that great or whatever. So she was drinking some of my apple cider, but we were like making out and stuff. And then I end up like fingering her, right? It just ends up like escalating or whatever. And I like almost take her shirt off, end up like fingering her, but literally to like, okay, so that goes down. I like make her come or whatever. It's not really a big deal. and she's pretty much done with the second apple cider, right? She had chugged that, and we're just hanging out, making out and stuff like that, like crazy. Like, she's just going all sorts of crazy on me, dude, like pulling me toward her and stuff, and just like never letting my face go. And so like I'm fingering her hardcore, get her to come, and then like we're done and we're like making out and stuff, and then she's like, oh, like I gotta go, like can you take me to Ryan's? And I'm just like, oh my fucking god, like really? Like you're not even gonna reciprocate anything like that? Like, oh, you're just gonna let me finger you, like you get off and then you're just gonna leave? Like, oh, I see how it is. Like, see how every girl feels ever, right? When she like goes to a guy's house, gets him off, and then he's just like, nah fam, bitch, get the fuck out of here, right? I definitely can 10 out of 10 relate. But yeah, so I was like, okay, like you owe me or whatever, you know what I mean? Like you gotta reciprocate, tit for tat, bitch. And yeah, that it didn't end up happening. So this is the only girl to this day that I've ever fingered who had not given me head. It fucking blows. See what I did there? But yeah, so anyway, I end up like driving her to meet this other dude. I literally met this bitch's mom and then took her, and she still watches my channel, right? Not a bitch, but you know, I don't understand you at all. Why do you still text me? I don't get it. Whatever. Anyway, so I end up driving this girl to go meet her friend Ryan or whatever the fuck his name was, and we're getting there, and she doesn't like 100% know where she is or where he is, and so like we're just like, what the fuck? And then like we're almost there, and and then like we're like coming down the street, there's like this kid, and we're just like, oh, like is that Ryan or whatever? So she like gets out, she's like, oh hey Ryan or whatever, and I'm just like, hey man, like have fun with her, bro. Like I got you fam, like here she is, like she's your fucking problem now. And then whatever, so like I ended up driving her to this dude's house, and I don't understand. All right, so first she's like, oh, like I need alcohol, and then is only there for like god an hour or two, like not even that long. I don't even think an hour or two, maybe like an hour and a half, something like that. And then like I ended up having to meet her mom and then drive her to another motherfucker's house. Like I don't know if her and him had a thing or if they hooked up or whatever. She told me they were just friends, and I was like, what the fuck ever, you are too much drama. I cannot deal with this shit. You are way just too much. I just can't fucking deal with this. So yeah, guys, if a girl ever introduces you to her mom on the second day or the second hookup day or whatever, that's rip. That's pretty rip. But I did really be to enjoy the story. Stay sexy, you beasts. I'm GhostSickness. I fucking love you guys. Happy Halloween, and I'm out.